Alright, alright. Whoa, that seems kind of loud in my ears. I don't know why. It feels like it's been a really, really long time since I streamed, but it's really only been 2 days. I streamed on Friday night. But yeah. Whoa, that is loud. The music, I mean. You know, it is, like I said in the chat, it's kind of sad to see such an awful version of Silent Hill 3, first of all, even get released. I mean, if it at least had original voices, it wouldn't be so painful. But unfortunately, we just don't live in a world where that's the case. So, we get to play this bullshit. But, you know what? It is the 12th anniversary of this dog shit video game. Let me make sure I'm not just making shit up. Silent Hill HD Collection was released. Oh, well, I'm wrong because it was March 20th, 2012. Listen, we're close though. That's not, I don't think that's accurate. I thought for sure it came out earlier than that. Hey, what's up, Kendo? Appreciate that, man. Yeah, dude. Yes, dude. You're back from the boonies? How was it, man? How was it? Man, you know what? You know what's really shitty? Is this chair, the chair is finally starting to lower on its own after so many years of working fine. You hate to see it. But that's okay. I can get a new gas cylinder and that'll fix it. Hell hot. Dude, it's actually been really sunny and much nicer weather here lately. But yeah, I like it. I like where it's at right now, but of course it could be better. All right, let me grab my hat and a straw for my coffee and we'll get started. Yeah, dude, throw it in the IRL chat. Man, I had a really great... Shoutouts to fucking Dr. Red, for real. I had such a great conversation with that dude the other day. Just about streaming and life, and it was just a really necessary conversation. I think both of us really needed to have it. Because, you know, I know a lot of other people stream, but not a lot of people stream to the degenerate degree that both him and I do. And, you know, just talking to him about, like, a stream life balance and, oh, this fucking little piece of something on my hat. Just talking to him about, like, a stream life balance and, you It was just very therapeutic, you know? He's a great conversation and a genuinely just a good dude. So fucking shout outs to Dr. Red. We shout him out all the time, but I'm gonna do it again. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. And I will continue to shout him out. Let's see these pictures. Oh, you didn't post them yet? Yeah, I tell you, man, these last few days have been kind of stressful for me. I don't want to really get into it because that's not really a conversation for the stream, but I will say, you know, we're supposed to renew our lease in June, and we got a fucking renewal. Oh, shit. I was wondering why my shit looked all off. That's why. Because I didn't have my other light on. Anyways, we got a lease renewal for our apartment, and the rent went up like $200. Which, it's been going up, but it's been going up like $40 a year. But this time, for whatever reason, it went up by $200 almost. It was like $186. So I get to call the landlord tomorrow and talk about why it's increasing so much. Because they put in the email that it's negotiable. They're like, oh, the renewal rates, they're all negotiable. So please contact us if you have any questions. It's like, yeah, I have a question or fucking two. I have a fucking question or two that I would like to ask you about why the rent is like fucking skyrocketing out of nowhere. You know? Makes no sense. And they haven't really provided me any kind of useful explanation about it. Dude, these pictures are fucking amazing. Where was this? If you don't mind me asking. Of course. Like some shit out of a movie, dude. From your wife's hometown. Nice, man. See, I'm so used to seeing you, Ken, as just a name in chat and a voice that it's like really tough for me to envision you as a full person. I know that sounds weird. It's like I just think of you as a disembodied voice that has a name in chat. Just because I've never actually seen you. Oh, that's good shit. Some good shit. Sorry, that's a very old internet reference right there. In due time, when I try to add cam for your stream. No, you don't have. Don't let me pressure you. Don't let me pressure you. I was just making an observation. I was just making a spot of observation. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to, Ken. But yeah, hey, pressure makes diamonds. Hey. Never mind, I talked about it last stream. I was gonna say something, but I already talked about what I was about to talk about last stream, so no need to talk about it again. Well, what I will say is, I think these are the new mains. As much as I love the 990s, I think these are the perfect streaming headphones. I love the 990s strictly for music listening. I think the 990s win everything. But if I wanted to choose one pair to use for absolutely everything, DT770s are the one. They just do everything so well. There's nothing that they don't do exceptionally well. That's the best part about them. And the comfort is just on another level. Oh God. Oh God. I need to get that as a sound redeem. I can easily record it. Alex Shepard in Silent Hill Homecoming going, oh God, at the beginning. I can easily record it. I just have to upload it to soundalerts.com and then we'll be good to go. But yeah, really happy to be streaming tonight because, like I said, I've just had a lot of fucking shit going on the past few days, I tell you. Just fucking bills and money shit and real life shit I've had to take care of. I had to go to my DMV on Friday. I had a credit bureau reported me as dead, and I wasn't able to renew the lease on my apartment because for some reason a company thought that I died. But I had to call them and be like, yeah, no, you're talking to me. I'm not dead. So I had to get all that cleared up. It was a bunch of bullshit. I don't really want to get into it, but anyways, I want to play some god dang Silent Hill. I don't care if it's a shit inferior version. We're gonna play it. Let's play this bitch. So, without any further ado, it should already be in. And we have, as always, our beautiful, elegant, immaculate. Okay, immaculate is too strong a word, but beautiful ocean blue. Like we always do. I am ocean blue, and so can you. An autobiography by Stampede G. That's right, I said it. And I meant it. Yeah, this chair keeps fucking lowering, dude. Every, like, 15 minutes I have to raise it back up. I have another one of these chairs in my living room, so I'm gonna have to go grab it and, like, switch the parts around, because this one has the much better backrest and headrest, so I'm gonna have to, like, get an Allen wrench and switch them. Thank you. I'm gonna have to, like, go grab an Allen wrench and switch the chairs so that the shitty parts are in there and the good parts are in here. Let's go. I have a massive cup of water. I always remember this cup because it used to get keyed out when I first started using your green screen, and I was just amazed. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, dude. How does it, like, how is it going and doing that, dude? Insanity. Anyways, so I should have already fixed the audio. I did. Let's fucking go. Dude, you know what the best part about this Magewell card is? Boom. The bitch just works. I don't even have to think about it. It just works. So fucking sick. God. Boom. I literally didn't even have to think. I literally didn't even have to think. Watch, it'll say unsupported, and then boom. Look how oh god, it makes me randy every time. Every fucking time it gets me randy when I see that. I'm in my box. I'm in my element. I got my lights on. I got my coffee. I got Silent Hill on the screen. It doesn't get much better. It doesn't get much better, you guys. It does not. As far as relaxation, there's better things, but being in my comfort zone while streaming, this doesn't get any better. By the way, you notice when you select this, new original voices, no such luck over here, chumps. No such luck, chumps. No old voices for you, you fuckers. Horrible. Why are they going and doing that? Dude, there's so much fucking dust on this mic, holy shit. Some parts of this game are considered violent or cruel. Cover your eyes. Avert your eyes. I'm gonna let the intro play because I love it. Even though it sounds bad. It looks good, but it sounds bad. It's like they put more effort into the intro cutscene for this, but I think they just ripped the PC one. Hey, no problem, Kendo. Enjoy that lurk, sir. The king of lurk is here, dude. I should do some karaoke one night to this. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's either Medicine Man or Faye. That's a good point. I'd be fun of my own, baby. I need to do karaoke to this, dude. Oh, damn, that is such good coffee. Holy shit. I feel your stress. Love was never meant to be such a crazy affair. No. And who has time for... Okay, I'm sorry. I won't sing anymore, dude. It's not DMCA, but it's really bad. It's so quiet. Why is this intro so quiet, though? Why did it sound like fear? My singing? Oh, no way. No way did it sound like that. Best part. Oh, it's laggy. What the fuck? It's lagging in the intro. What the hell? Who made this shit? Amazing. Classic. Eternal. This game is eternal. Oh yeah, I do have extra costume. So they got rid of the sharpness option that PS2 had. But I don't think this game has any brightness issues, but I'm just going to leave it at 7 because I don't want to risk it. But yeah, I don't think this has any brightness issues like 2 does. Extra costume. I think the only one I have is Happy Birthday. Fuck. Oh, I must already have it. Extra new game. I mean, this is gonna give me the you know what? No. Let's do it. Let's not do fucking extra new game, because that's gonna give me like the infinite submachine gun and shit, and I don't need that. What kind of pussy do you take me for, dude? I'm a real Silent Hill gamer. I don't need that shit. Under no circumstances do I need it. Yeah, so graphically, this one has a lot less fuck-ups than 2. I will definitely say that, without a doubt. There's a lot less fuck-ups than 2, but there are still a lot of them. Like, this looks way better than anything that was in 2. That's for sure.
Where am I?
Oh, dear God. Yeah, so when I say anime edition, the reason why I say that is because every fucking person in this game was cast because of their history with dubbing anime or Japanese games, like JRPGs. So here's a funny thing. On easy, you can't do this, but on normal or hard, you can just throw yourself off of this and the nightmare ends immediately. We did it. Nightmare over. You know, no podcast episode last week. I was going to have Dave on, but he had some schedule conflicts and I wasn't able to. And I was like, I don't really want to do a solo episode just because I didn't really feel like I had enough, you know, talking points to do a solo episode. But he will be on next week. He already confirmed it to me. So Dave will be on next week and then we'll have another podcast episode with a guest. So that'll be cool. Fucked up shadows again.
Dad, it's me. Yeah. Sorry I didn't call sooner.
This is Amanda Wynn Lee, most famous for Yukiko in Persona 4. Was her English role. But not that I'm being an elitist, but I have never, in the past like 10 plus years, I have never played a single JRPG in English. I don't ever really want to do that. It's just something about it. Just very, very cringy to me. Even more so than the crazy stereotypical Japanese characters that can exist sometimes.
Heather, I need to speak with you. My name is Douglas Carton. I'm a detective.
A detective? Really? Well, nice talking to you.
What just happened with the background sounds? They all just disappeared.
Hold on.
The fuck?
There's someone that wants to meet you. Just let me have an hour. No, a half hour of your time.
My daddy always told me not to talk to strangers.
There's something about the S sounds in her voice too. You guys tell me if I'm just making this up, but she has really annoying S sounds. It's like whistly and piercing in my ears. I know that's not just me. I hear it every time I hear this lady talk. She's a competent professional. She's good at what she does, but there's they gotta like put a de-esser on her or something.
Are you still following me? Do I have to scream?
Sorry. Now wait here.
I mean, that is harsh. A de-esser exists for things like this. I use a de-esser because I have a little bit of that too. That's what the de-esser is for. The song restarted. What the hell? It doesn't fade to red? Why does it fade to white? That's definitely not right. Wow, almost exactly a year ago we played this last. Whoa, I have a save from 2021 on here? What the fuck? Fuck it. I think you have infinite save slots on here as long as you've got space on your PS3 hard drive, so... Fuck it. Yeah, why doesn't it fade to red? That's really odd. And it's like laggy as fuck while it fades too. Very bizarre. Fuck were they doing? It fades to white out too. What the hell? Guess someone's in there. I don't like mirrors. It's almost like there's an unknown world right on the other side. And the person staring at me isn't really me, just an imitator. I know how stupid that sounds, but that's how I feel. But if I keep thinking about it, it just makes me feel sick. It's actually really intricate bit of lore right there at the beginning. That weird old detective is out there, so I'm not leaving. Oh, and then she just says, I don't like mirrors after that. Yeah, it's occupied. Rude of me to keep on knocking, huh? They definitely replaced that texture on the ground out here. That I can tell for sure that they did. But look how laggy it is when you run. Oh my god, dude. What the fucking shit? And then it like gets super smooth all of a sudden and then laggy again. Like, what the hell's going on here? Hey, what's up, Faye? Faye. I have some bullshit to tell you about. I got my lease renewal from my apartment complex. And they jacked the rent up almost $200 for no reason. So I get to have a nice conversation with the landlord tomorrow about why that happened. Thank you, Faye. Appreciate it. I've actually been putting a decent amount of effort into like looking good for the stream. Not good, but looking, you know, presentable for the stream, I should say. I've been stealing some of Bridget's face wash products. I've been clean shaving properly. You know, not just like a fucking electric razor. I've actually been straight shaving properly. You know, making sure I take a nice scalding hot shower. If I rented out, I would not raise good tenants' rent. Well, the thing is, it's apparently new management that lives here. Or lives here. No, new management that runs the place. So we're lucky. We're not owned by just a private landlord or like a family. We're actually, our apartment complex is considered part of like a property management group, which I guess is like a big conglomerate company that owns several different properties and they hire people to be the landlords. So the landlord here is not like a person who has personal stake in the buildings. They're basically a hired gun. They just count money and do whatever. And they're paid a salary to do that. And yeah, our rent has been going up every single year, about $40-ish a year, but all of a sudden they just decided to raise it $186 this year. Like, and I got an email saying like, oh, hey, your lease renewal options are up and they're negotiable. You know, it's like you can call us and we can negotiate this. And where it's a new manager, I feel like they don't know how long we've been here, so they gave us a shitty rate. But I'm going to call her and be like, look, we've been here since 2019. Like, I don't feel like we should be paying that amount. What's up, Quesadilla? Hey, Quesadilla, there's actually a new emote on the way. I need to ask Gummy if she's cool with me showing you guys the concept because I'm so excited about this. They raised my coworker close to $2,000 last year, but he bounced and bought a house. Oh my God, $2,000 a month? They raised the rent $2,000? How are you doing, Quesadilla? Why does Reliever have like some of the best emotes? Like all of her emotes have this charm, but also really smooth art style to them. Like whoever did her emotes. Oh yeah, Chrism. I don't know who that is, but they seem to be a very, very talented artist. Okay, Gummy has not given me permission to show the drafts on stream yet, so I won't do that. But let's just say, you guys, I have a very exciting emote on the way. It's going to be called Stamp A2 Preach. $2,000 a month, bro. You could get a 120 square meter full furnished house on that kind of price. Hers and yeah, her and Enigma have really good emotes. Welcome to LA, Kendo. But to be fair, it was a really nice unit. That's still fucked up though, to charge $2,000 a month for anything. Especially if they're like, yeah, you're gonna pay $2,000 more, even more than you were already paying. That's so bizarre. Did you see the new drafts of the emotes? I'll turn the camera off so you can see them. It's off. I'm showing Bridget the drafts, you guys. They got excited all over again. Okay. That's Preach with the SM7B. And then that's Stare. Really good, yeah?
Stay back.
Cheapo.
I'm super. And those are just drafts. That could be a final emote easily.
Get the hell away from me.
Thank you, Faye. Alright, I'm gonna turn the camera back on. I'm gonna lay down. Alright, good night. Just being an idiot.
What the hell is this thing?
I'm being an idiot. It's definitely not human. I've never heard of such an animal. In no way is it a costume. Sounds crazy when you say it, but monster is the only word for it. You guys know what's weird? Can someone please... I need to do some basic research. I need to find out. I'll show you an animal. Oh, you're okay. 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 I got Gummy's blessing to show the drafts. All right, let me show you guys the drafts. These are fucking awesome, by the way. All right. Faye is very excited about this, so I want to show. All right. Ready? This, ladies and gents, and I like that the drafts already have file names that would be perfect emote names. This is going to be called Stampe2 Preach. Okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at that shit. Okay. Stampe2 Preach. And then we have Stare. Look at that. I am seeing double personally. Now, obviously, we cannot put a Thrasher logo on this hat because they would send the Thrasher hitmen to my house to take me out for copyright purposes, but I like this a lot. So fucking shout outs. Heavily inspired by the face you make when I come in with a shitty pun. Oh man. I'm just glad there's no emote for when you made your Vince with slap chop joke. Because it would just be me with fucking tears and coughing profusely, almost vomiting, and wheezing in that order. Okay. But yeah, very excited about that. They are incredibly high quality too. Like, damn. And you made those so fast. Like, you showed me the rough sketches like 2 days ago. Like, what the fuck? That's so fast. But I don't think I'm crazy. You like how I just slipped back into gamer mode? You know how we do out here? I'm sorry. I was going to say, I need to do some research to find out what this font is. This font that these games use for the subtitles, I want to start using it for the stream. I used a font detector, like a font recognition software to make this font. So it's actually a much larger version of the Silent Hill font with like a big outline, but it's still not right. 80% of the time working is refining. Yeah. And I do think it's cool. Cause I know a lot of people, and I'm one of them. I can't draw for shit on a mouse. So graphics tablets and iPads are like, I feel like those are some of the best ways to work nowadays for stuff like that. Especially because Twitch has a lot of really weird restrictions about the sizing and the scale. Like, doesn't it have to be a perfect square? And it has to be it has to be created in a way where it actually looks large in the thread, because you can make an emote a perfect square, but it can be like microscopic in the chat thread. So it can be really hard to tell. Anyways, I can tell from here that it's dead. Should I call the police? Not like they'd believe me if I said someone's been killed by a monster. This actually looks a lot like Alessa, people say. Whether or not that's accurate, I don't know. This is a dressing room. I don't need to go in here. Yeah, because like the emote that Kendo posted, so that shock, this comes from, Stampe2 shock comes from an incredibly cringy TikTok that a guy made, where he was like trying to pretend to be shocked about something while also staring into the camera with his fancy ring lights, hoping that people would compliment his eyes. And boy, did they in the comments, but that's another story entirely. But look how small it is. You see how small that is in the thread compared to some of the other emotes? So I've got to, you know, that's my issue, is I never really know how to make them readable in the chat. Because sometimes they just appear really small and I don't know I don't know how to fix it. But what I do know how to do is drink copious amounts of coffee. And I'm going to do that right now. Need an emote with this kind of energy. Is that a banana? Oh my god, is that a Sundir banana? Are you responsible for this emote, Gummy Lotion? Because you have some splaining to do, young lady, if you are. You're not? Okay. Oh, no, it's good that you aren't, because I was gonna have several questions for you. So now we know it came from Josh's warped ass mind. That is so typical. This kid. Okay, can I tell you what the most wholesome moment of his stream last night was? I was lurking and working quite a bit last night, so I didn't get a chance to actually chat. I love that he has such a cool relationship with his mom. Like, he was just calling her up and just like shooting the shit with her laughing on stream. I think that's cool. You know, when I was growing up, it was lame to have a good relationship with your parents. People thought it was cringe. You know, they'd call you, oh, mama's boy and all this other shit. But fuck that, man. Look, friends come and go. You only got one set of parents, so you might as well have a good relationship with them if you can. Anyways, it's like a magic circle I remember reading about in a book on black magic. Does it seem so familiar because I read about it in that book? No, that's not it. It's not the book. It's from the altar. Altar? What am I thinking? Ooh, the disgusting fade to white. Why? It's supposed to fade to red. It's a fucking red symbol. God. Fucking flashbang me, dude. All right, so we have to go get our tongs out of Helen's bakery. And now we got these little guys to contend with. By the way, funny story, you guys, if you look up the meaning of these enemies, because... Okay. So a big theme of Silent Hill is that all the enemies have meanings, right? All the enemies have symbolism, usually related either to the main character or the antagonist. If you look up the meaning behind these enemies, Masahiro Ito literally said in an interview, "I'm sorry, I didn't have time to give them a meaning. They're just a monster." Look it up. You'll see what I mean. He really said that. That's like the only one where he's like, yeah, I don't know. They're just fucking weird looking little things. It's the numb body enemy, right? I'm not for sure what they're called. But I'm sure you could look it up on the Silent Hill wiki, probably. There's a flyer. Crispy toasted bread right to your very door. Everything's on sale. Helen's Bakery. 75 cents. There are no employees around. I wonder where they all went. And here we have the most incredible, insightful, inspiring, comment from Heather Mason. It's bread. In case you didn't know, that's bread. But I'm not really hungry, so I guess I don't need to worry about it. Still not as ridiculous as in Silent Hill 1 when you walk up to the Bible and he doesn't even say it's a Bible or anything. He just says Bible. That's it. I mean, Enigma has an emote, which I'm sure Quesadilla has. But yeah, he literally just says Bible. Period. End of fucking story. Nothing else to be said about it. Anyways, we're going to take our tongs. Look how choppy her movement is. So, quick little story. It's not super long, but basically the reason why, or the excuse that they gave for why this game is so shit, is that Konami, in their infinite wisdom, did not keep the source code for these games on file. Wow, look at all the pixelation in the... That's definitely not in the final game. So anyway, Konami did not keep the final versions of these games on file. But they had beta versions on file. So when the team went to make the HD collection, they basically had to grab these really unfinished beta versions of the game and essentially do debugging all over again. The same debugging that Konami's internal team had already done 20 years ago had to be done again. Except this time the team was incredibly unfamiliar with like the engine and the data layout and all this other shit, and they're just, no offense, they're just not as talented as Team Silent was, nor did they understand the product they were working with, and that's why it turned out so shitty. That's why there's a lot of weird shit in this game, like fading to white when you save, even though the symbol's red. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but that's probably something to do with the beta code, like they hadn't made the decision to put the red fade in yet. That type of shit, you know? The choppy movement, the shitty audio levels, the missing or incorrectly playing sound effects, all that shit. Their excuse is beta code, which is not really a valid excuse, but that's the excuse they gave us as to why it was so shitty. Exactly, sick boy. Well, see, the funny thing is, like Twin Perfect says in the Real Silent Hill Experience review, there's a company out there called Bluepoint Games, which they're more famous now for doing the Demon's Souls remaster, and also they got acquired by Sony officially a couple years ago. Well, a few years ago. They got officially acquired by Sony. But when Silent Hill HD Collection came out, they had already done 3 collections. They did the Eco and Shadow of Colossus collection, which was amazing. They did the God of War collection, and the Devil May Cry collection, and the Metal Gear Solid HD collection. I don't think they did Devil May Cry, actually, but they did God of War, Eco, Shadow Colossus, and Metal Gear Solid. Who publishes Metal Gear Solid? Konami. Was Bluepoint working on anything at the time? No. Why didn't Konami hire Bluepoint Games to make this collection? Nobody fucking has any clue. It still baffles me to this day that they didn't hire Bluepoint to make this. Anyways, Bluepoint does not rely on source code to do their remasters. They actually use retail discs. So their process is a little bit different. They put the retail disc into a PC and they essentially just reverse engineer it. So they will build a PC version of the game that doesn't really work right, and then they will piece it back together to make the remastered version. That's the way their president has explained it. So they weren't even going to rely on fucking archived, source code. They were just going to use the retail discs. 0849. Yes, they did Uncharted, but that was a little bit later. They did the Uncharted collection in like 2013, a couple of years after this came out. Wait, there's something on the... Hey, what's up, Space Junked? Fair is foul and foul is fair. Put these books out of order. Now, on hard, this is ridiculous because you actually have to know the order in which Shakespearean plays got released. That's why I don't play hard riddle mode, because I don't have all those solutions memorized and they are incredibly difficult, especially the hospital number puzzle. That is ludicrously difficult. So for casual playthroughs, I like to do normal because, you know, it's just nice, casual. I remember all these solutions.
Hey, wait. What's going on? Where is everybody? Those weird monsters.
They've come to witness the beginning.
What the hell is that emote? What the?
Unspoiled by mankind.
What is it? The buck teeth?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, listen, Space Junked, in these trying times, this post-pandemic world that we live in, it's incredibly important to keep those doorknobs clean.
How should I know?
And you know what?
I am Claudia.
So what?
He did it.
Remember me. And your true self as well.
I like to use the yo emote as a reminder to keep the doorknobs clean.
The one who will lead us to paradise with blood-stained hands.
Claudia, right? Did you do all this?
God, she sounds so whiny.
It was the hand of God.
This is Laura Bailey, by the way. Legitimately the every woman of, Neither of these sounds are in the final game, by the way. That's the game over sound and a random baby crying sound. And then they just replay the game over sound again.
I don't get it. What does she want me to remember?
Stampede mode. I wish. No, it's Stampede mode. Dude, he's a beast. That front blunt was ridiculously smooth. And in the behind the scenes, he was struggling so much with it. He sacks his nuts one time really bad. Yeah, Stampede Mota. And then he comes back a few days later. He's like struggling with it, You know, he's like kick flipping a little bit before the run up just to get used to it. And then just out of nowhere, he just fucking puts it down. Lands that bitch, bolts. And it's like, done. Fucking over with. That's your ender. What's up, Salt? Yes, Stampy Wampy is here. Said it's a shitty game, but someone's got to play it. Yeah, who is that girl, by the way? Because I thought her and Felipe were dating the way that they kept, like, hugging after attempts. Got a new t-shirt you might like, even though it's white. But she was fucking clean with it, though. She had major steez. A radio. What the hell is this doing falling down from the ceiling? Anyway, I guess that explains the static from just before. But all it's picking up is static. I wonder if it's broken. By the way, this is going to be a new sub badge very soon. The first 3 Silent Hill game radios are going to be a sub badge. And then the Homecoming radio and all the others as well. So I'm going to get as many of them as possible. We are wearing matching headphones. You got your 770s? Solidarity. Boom. Hit you with the fucking bro fist like it's 2011, dude. We're playing a game from 2011. Why not? Sick or Kendo? Do you guys mind to give Salt permission? Exclamation point permit. Please.
Is this a dream? It's gotta be.
When it snowed, why didn't you guys ride your boards with no hardware? That seems genius. That's a good question. We should have. Here, I got you, Salt. I got you. I won't leave you hanging.
I can't believe in this.
I should whitelist Discord. Well, maybe not.
Wake up.
Maybe not. That's... Okay, this is going to be that shirt. Hang on just a second. We'll check it out. I got to get to a safe room here, and then I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was definitely mic shopping. Not mic shopping, but I was definitely looking at and listening to a bunch of different mics these past few weeks. But I'm not doing it. This mic is part of my brand at this point, dude. And I've been using it for too many years. I don't want to have to fucking mess around with settings anymore. It is, Salt. It's a little bit of like retail therapy. Like when I get bored, sometimes I just look at shit that I don't need. This bed is stained dark red. Whose blood is this? Is there someone here apart from that woman? No, it's not time to retire. I'm never changing mics. It's just a stupid thing that I do every now and then, but I ain't doing it. Okay, let me check this out here. What have we got here? I think this should work. I put up a window capture. Wait, what? Why is it not letting me, is the window minimized? Oh, nice. See, I like white. I'm a big fan of the contrast black and white. So I don't care if it's white with black logo or black with white logo, but something about the contrast is really sick to me. Then for stamp of approval, he'll have a boom operator and it's over. No way. No. Even immortalize the mic with this. Yeah, it's not changing, guys. It's not. It's just a stupid thing that I do every now and then, but it ain't changing. But yeah, Dave will be on. He confirmed. He had a schedule conflict last time around, but he said for sure this time he will be on this coming Wednesday. So there are books and magazines here, but I have no time to read them. Yeah, so another fucked up thing about them using beta code is that the noise filter in this room is basically non-existent. Dave is USF4 Dave. He is one of the channel founders. He's a guy who I originally met on Street Fighter 4. He made me really mad, and I broke a fight stick for the first time in my life because he was so much better than me. He's just a good guy. You know, I've been friends with him for many years. He's been very, very supportive of the stream. He has like the longest sub streak of anybody, I think. He's at like 37 months, which I think is the longest you can be. This again. Looking at it makes my head hurt, but at the same time, it's like so familiar. I know I've forgotten something really important, but I also have the feeling that I'd be better off not remembering it. You watched my YouTube mic recommendation video? Oh, do you mean the SM57 and SM7B video that I made? The very recent video I made about Go XLR settings, that's exactly what I'm using right now. I still have not changed settings since that video. So I just kind of link that if people are ever curious. Oh, fuck. The flashlight is around here somewhere. I think it's through here, though. Yeah, you've probably seen Dave. He tends to lurk these days because he's really busy. What the hell was that foghorn? There's so many. Dude, I'm so familiar with Silent Hill 3. It's probably the game I've played the most throughout my life.
I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
What's up, Mag? Warning, when leaving the room, be sure to turn out the lights. It will be obvious if they are not switched off. I'm probably most familiar with this game out of any game that's ever been released, so I can tell all these fucking weird sound effects that aren't supposed to be here. Look at how fucking jittery her basic walking movement is. They definitely fixed that shit before this came out. What are you up to tonight, Mag? Yeah, so here's our flashlight. I figure maybe radios and flashlights would be the perfect sub badges, you know? Like maybe start out with radios and eventually move on to flashlights, or the other way around. I don't know, but I definitely want to make that the new sub badges. Because the 302 thing, we don't even really do that anymore. I don't have that. I have a scene still, but I don't use it. And I don't ever use my green screen. I think I'm just gonna fucking retire the green screen for good. I might actually end up using that for work instead. Okay, so if you guys remember, oh wait, did they put this in the game? Okay. So this is a kind of cool thing that they put in here, where basically on PS2, save the green screen for YouTube. I don't know though. I just don't like it, man, because you gotta fuck with so much lighting stuff to make sure that the edges around your face aren't obvious. Like, I don't know. Anyways, on PS2, if your system recognized that you had a Silent Hill 2 save file while you're playing this game, it would give you this, which is a little reference to Silent Hill 2. So it's full of filthy, muddy water. It looks like something's stopping it up. Will you remove the blockage? Green screen myself into my own background. That's just fucking 4D chess, isn't it?
No. Forget it. This is way too gross. Who would even think of doing something so disgusting?
And this is just me being super critical, but this lady sounds too old to be a 17-year-old girl. She really does. I can hear that she's like in her 30s. I'm not even just trying to be an asshole saying that. She sounds too old to be Heather. Hey, what's up, Adipie? Oh, you're right. I don't have Punish Stamp in my title. I really should be Punish Stamp playing this bullshit. How you doing, sir? Okay, remember, this one was occupied earlier. Is someone actually in there? It's soaking with blood, but there's no one here. Did someone respond, or is it just me? How are you going to disgrace your Discord PFP? What do you mean? What's wrong with my Discord profile picture? It's the same album cover it's been. It's her? Who, you mean Heather? What is that sound? No, my Discord profile picture is not Heather. That's the album cover for Dying Is Your Latest Fashion by Escape the Fate. That's my Discord profile picture. My Twitch profile picture is Heather. Yeah, it was some really weird stock sound effect. What's she looking at? Just the door? Oh, my Discord server. Okay, I see what you mean. Well, it's painful, trust me, it's painful to play this version of the game because it is so dog shit. But look, when I put the HD collection into my system, I figure I might as well go ahead and get both games out of the way rather than, you know, letting one of them fucking marinate and fester and not play it. I might as well just get both of them out of the way and then move on. It is still terrible with the patches, yes. They don't improve much. Like, look at this frame rate right now. I want to tell you guys a funny story about a guy in college who I caught lying about doing jujitsu because he tried to impress this girl. What the kids nowadays, they call it Riz. But he tried to riz up this girl who was like the one nerdy girl in the friend group or whatever. And he told her earlier that day, or he told someone else that he did Taekwondo. And then later when talking to her, he said that he did jujitsu. So I just called him out. I'm like, but wait, you said you did Taekwondo earlier. And he just immediately goes, I do both. Guys, don't lie. I wasn't even trying to be that guy. I was just like, this is too blatant a lie for me to not just go ahead and call it out, you know? When are you going to go for all the Silent Hill Platinum so we can all suffer together? You know what? That would be a fun stream for like midsummer. You know? Why the safe sound effect? What the fuck? What the hell? Like how they crapped with the item pickup noise? It's all Looney Tunes now. What? It's 3 halftones higher. How did you hear that? You know the line that always makes me laugh in that video, Space Junked, is when he pulls the case out of his fucking suit jacket and goes, "The case specifically states remastered. That implies that it's done in HD." He just sounds so desperate in that moment to get his point across. We have obtained a walnut. She always sideways like she's about to start emoting. Yeah. Where's the default dance in Silent Hill 3? Doesn't imply it, it says it. But as we implied, that doesn't mean they were going to change the existing graphics in any way. Let's listen to what they want you to think they did straight from the mouth of Tom Hewlett in this pre-release developer walkthrough. Oh, I did not hydrate. Good point. I have a massive cup of probably close to like 28 ounces of water. I really could. I've seen the video so many fucking times. I also love, let's start the review with the graphics because they were the first thing we saw before release and it's the only thing you see while you're playing. These games are being presented in HD. So let's talk about that for a minute. In this case, the term HD is a misleading, deceitful marketing ploy meant to trick the indiscerning into thinking they were actually going to change the existing graphics in some way. In reality, all they have to do is display the same graphics at a higher resolution than the PS2's NTSC standard of 480 vertical lines. If you're watching this video on a computer made after the turn of the century, I guarantee you can play the PC versions of these games at the same or higher resolution than the HD collection can. I'm telling you, I have the whole fucking video committed to memory. Anyways, who would cook this? Furthermore, who the hell would eat it? There's something in the dog's stomach. Look at how pixelated everything is, dude. All the shadows are so fucked in this. The cooked key. And you could do it 10 years ago. Yeah, turn on... Where's ray tracing, dude? When put side by side, there is no discernible enhancement between the PC version and the HD collection, which leaves us wondering what exactly the improvements were supposed to be. Yeah, isn't there... I was gonna say, don't they have something? No, I've just watched that video a fucking absurd amount of times. Like when I was younger and I had nothing to do when I was in college, literally anytime I had spare time in college, I would just rewatch all of the real Silent Hill experience a million fucking times. So you guys want to know why? No, I did not cancel the video. I've just been really busy. So I'm sorry, Adipie, but it'll be out soon, I promise. I've had a lot of shit going on, but it'll be out soon. I just don't like to put a video out unless I think it's good. You know, I don't just want to put videos out just to put them out there. I want them to actually be good. It's just a video about all the bullshit going on behind the scenes and like all the rumors and finger pointing and, you know, just all the other shit that's been going on about the remake. Like how many months ago they talked about how, oh, it's almost ready, and then everybody was like, wait, where's the release date? A release date? And then they're like, whoa, actually, we don't answer any questions. You need to refer to Konami for those questions. It's like, but you just said that it was almost done. What? So they clearly stepped out of line and shouldn't have said that. Don't know what kind of switch it is, but it's on. It did get rated for release by the Korean board, though, so we are one step closer to the edge. And we're about to break. Sorry. Little inside joke there. I'm not going any further. It's creepy and dangerous to boot. There's got to be a way. I can't very well stab them one by one. Some insecticide would do the trick. All right, so we're going to make insecticide by mixing the bleach with the detergent. I did not, Blockbuster John. I don't know why I said your full name. Yeah, like, you guys are disappointed with the trailer. Yeah, we're not responsible. It's like, what? You developed the game. Did you not direct this trailer? Did Konami, like, fly somebody in and tell you exactly how to do it? Makes no sense. We don't have any hairspray. Although that would work. It's just weird. Like, why would you blame Konami for the trailer being more combat oriented? Did they tell you to do it a certain way? Did they force your hand? Why wouldn't you push back if you didn't think it was going to be a good trailer? They're kind of MacGyver-ish Adipie. They're a little bit over-exaggerated, but for the most part, they're not, you know, they would work, but they're kind of roundabout. They're not exactly what you would want to use in real life. No, Salt. See, the problem with what you just typed is that it involves common sense, and we don't put up with common sense around these parts. Under no circumstances are we gonna put up with that shit. In fact, I'm pissed that you even said it. No, John, they, from all their behavior, they hate the original team. They have done everything in their power to erase the original team's involvement. Apparently, they left on not so good terms. So, this is a long-winded story, but I'm just going to tell it really quick. So, the original Team Silent was unhappy with the working conditions. They didn't like the deadlines. They didn't like the working environment. They didn't like the time constraint that they were on. Nothing. So, a lot of the major players left. Apparently, there was a lot of bad blood between upper management and those people because Konami has done everything in their power to not give them credit for anything, to never mention them, to try to give Silent Hill to other developers to minimize their involvement. Like, Konami has given them not an ounce of credit. And all the major players in the original Silent Hill games have all moved on to other companies. Like Takayoshi Sato did all the CG cutscenes in Silent Hill 1 and 2, and is arguably the driving force behind all the character design in 2. He actually is a senior developer. He's one of the highest up developers at Nintendo now, one of the highest up designers. So he's making fucking bank. But he's like designing Nintendo characters now. It's so weird. But they obviously sensed some major talent in him, and they weren't wrong. Yeah, Sato is a senior developer at Nintendo now. This pattern looks like it could have been drawn in blood. I bet it's some sort of cursed symbol. No wonder my head hurts and I feel so awful when I look at it. Yeah, Kojima was right. They're a company that treats their star employees horribly. But I will say, the fact that such awful working conditions produced Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4 and Silent Hill 1 through 4 are very, very impressive. Shows how talented they were. The stain on the restraint is shaped like a human. I don't want to even think about what this platform was used for. Okay. What is block again? Is it X? No. Square? Okay, it's square. You usually just need one block here. Yeah. In case that guy decides to be shitty, which he was, you do need a good block there. This reminds me of another streamer, which Salt, you might remember. Do you remember Psycho Tater? What's that guy up to nowadays? I always wonder. Because I don't think he streamed in like a very, very long time. Konami might as well just be an American company in GL. Yeah. Think he got a girlfriend? I would explain it. MFs be getting girlfriends and just never log back into twitch.television, I tell you. And they start ghosting me. Like, what happened to the code? God. I have a girlfriend and I still make time for Twitch. Does she like it? Most likely not. But she has accepted the fact that she's with a major degenerate. And I can appreciate that. Yeah, Tater was a cool guy. We used to talk in Discord DMs about Silent Hill games and other stuff. We never really talked about real life shit too much, but we did talk about Silent Hill. I think it would be harder to get away with those business practices in America only because the West is more outspoken than in Japan. Yeah, dude, like, if it was a Western company, they would fucking blow them up on Twitter if something like that happened. But the Team Silent members did not have a Twitter to blow up. They just said we didn't like the working conditions, so we left. They pulled a capitalism. True. And he always talked about emo girls. He had like a major thing for emo girls. I mean, he talked about it like every night. I know, yeah, like, there must have been a bunch of legal shit going on there. You guys know the story of why Kojima got the axe, right? At Konami. In a nutshell, it was because he spent over $100 million developing Metal Gear Solid 5, and when he asked them for more money, they weren't willing to give it to him because they didn't trust him to make the money back. And he took that very badly because he thought, all the work I've done for you guys for 30 fucking years and you don't trust me to produce a game good enough to make the money back? Like, what sense does that make? And it just caused a big divide between upper management and his team. And then upper management took it really shitty and they started timing his employees when they would go to bathroom breaks and stuff. And basically, you know, waiting for them to sneeze so they could try to discipline them. And then he just had enough. So he eventually just quit because of that. Or forced to resign. It never really was clear if he quit or he was forced to resign, but that's the reason why he quit. Yeah, that's what I say. Oh, fuck you. Wow, look how pixelated that smoke was. You see how pixelated that fucking smoke was? So dumb, dude. I know, they should have just been honored that that Kojima even stayed with them as long as he fucking did. Like, seriously. Gonna go for the slam. I don't think blocking actually does anything there, but he should be dead after this. By the way, the symbolism on this should be obvious. It's so pixelated. It's like horrible. I would say so, Kendo, yeah. And apparently at the time, Konami was shifting into a very mobile-heavy business model, and they just didn't feel the need to invest over $100 million into a single console game, because they just were like, mobile games are the future. We're fully going in this direction, full speed ahead.
Just like before. Am I back?
And they just wouldn't give him the money. And that's why, if anybody ever wonders, hey, why was Metal Gear Solid 5 so unfinished? Well, that's why. You're actually in Japan. Oh, that's awesome. You're in Japan right now. You want to find a Silent Hill Pachinko for the meme? Yeah. Isn't it technically a Pachi slot? It's both. Look at this paper texture of the background of the burger shop, by the way. Mobile games cost a fraction to make and take advantage of people with gambling addictions. Yep. So here's an interesting one. This is where I was sleeping earlier. Hell, I might still be sleeping here for all I know. I wish I were. This is running better than I remember. I remember it being a lot buggier than this. Don Quixote. Yeah, it's Apache slot. Dude, Salt, you know what I always notice is that whenever I go to look up Japanese exclusive PS2 games, there's like a quintillion .hack games. I have no idea what they are or how they play or anything, but there's like a million .hack games that got released on PS2. Oh wow, you can go way back here. Let's see if they actually let you go anywhere back here. I don't think so, but I just want to check. Can't go into the women's room or the men's room. Holy shit, that's so loud. I was actually addicted to watching this guy on YouTube named Strictly Dumpling, and I really badly want to go to Ichiran Ramen in Osaka. That place that has like the famous red chili powder, and they have the tonkatsu ramen. They give you that sheet and you can like circle your preferences, and it's kind of like a vending machine. And the whole thing is in private. It's not spicy. You can make it spicy. Anyways, story cutscene. We get to hear this voice actor growling all of his lines as a way to sound older, even though he's a guy that's the same age as Douglas doing the voice.
Heather,
It's you.
what just happened?
You must be one of them.
What did I do? And what do you mean by one of them?
You're in on this with that Claudia, aren't you?
Ew.
Claudia? What about her? She asked me to find you, that's all.
So you are one of them.
Claudia,
The song is called Walk on Vanity Ruins.
look, I was just hired to find you.
I would love to go to Japan someday, but imagine I go into Japan looking like this, dude. I'd get some major looks. They'd probably just they would just have a brigade of police ready as soon as I land on the plane to turn me away and send me right back to America.
What was that?
I don't know any more than you do. All I know is that things are getting really screwy around here, and I've got a weird feeling it has something to do with me.
Guys, she sounds way too old to be 17. Come on now.
Bystander, but I can't feel sorry for you, because you dragged me into this.
Am I wrong or am I wrong?
You know, if you hadn't found me,
What are you talking about? What's so special about you anyway?
if I knew that, I wouldn't be so confused, would I?
The new playlist? You mean the new Silent Hill playlist? Hey, the song restarted.
There's something.
It's supposed to loop.
Something I've been running from and forgot for a long time. How did I remember that?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I do need to come up with a new playlist soon, but it's not fully baked yet.
I'm taking the subway home.
But I do have some Unreal Tournament 99 drum and bass in there.
What should I do?
Hell if I know.
Hell if I know.
Look how fucking look how jittery this movement is. Every single step she jitters back a little bit. This is so bad, dude. Yeah, Heather is Amanda Winley in this game. Really, really bad choice. Because, I'm sorry, Amanda Winley sounds way too old to be playing Heather. They also cast her as like a 16-year-old in Persona 4. She plays Yukiko Amagi in Persona 4. And in the animation. And in Golden. And in all the other iterations of Persona 4. There's a newspaper left on top of the ticket machine. Fatal accident at Hazel Street. At about 11 p.m. on the 4th, a man waiting on the platform at the Hazel Street station fell onto the tracks and was decapitated by the arriving St. Renata College-bound train. The victim died instantly. While police have not yet determined whether the death was an accident or suicide, witnesses report that the victim did not look inebriated and seemed to jump off the platform deliberately. The victim's identity is still unknown. He was approximately 40 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, and was wearing a black jacket. This newspaper is 4 months old. What's it doing here now? Yeah, Amanda Winley is all over the place. She is everywhere. As is Laura Bailey. I think Laura Bailey might be the single most cast voice actress, period. Hey, what's up, Dr. Red? How you doing, sir? By the way, Dr. Red, can I just say, dude, and I know you feel the same way because we already had this conversation, but I really appreciate the conversations we have outside of stream. Just talking about life and streaming and all kinds of shit, dude. Those conversations are so therapeutic and awesome. Just being able to level with somebody else that completely gets it, you know? If I could avoid it, Salt, I would try to. But unfortunately, my real life job does force me to communicate with people. And a lot of times they're executive members in my company, so I have to be on my best behavior. It's always great, like you said, to get second opinions on things. By the way, how is that situation working? Like, you don't have to go into details if you don't want to, but how's that whole situation working out? Has anything else happened, or everything good now? All right, so we need to find the Nutcracker tool, which is down here. The dogs. For all the dogs. What the hell was that on her legs? It was like big gray, it's like they're, yeah, look at that. It's like 2 fucking huge bruises on her legs. What the fuck? The hell is wrong with this game? There's no way there'd be 2 shadows like that. The path is blocked with trash. I can't go through here. There's seams? Like where the polygons meet up? You figure? I bet that's what it is. Streamer, the bruise... The bruises symbolize her kneeling in prayer because I read it on the Silent Hill wiki and you're not educated on the concept of love. Okay. Average Silent Hill Redditor, by the way. 100% serious, by the way. There's no joking. Keep in mind, I do not try to smile. I do not try to laugh. I'll kneel down for... Whoa, this is getting too hot for Twitch.tv. Oh, by the way, we're about to get the shotgun. No laughing aloud. It's a gift wrap box. Could it be a birthday present? No, I guess not. Nobody I know would give me something this gross. But I'll take it anyway. It should come in handy against the monsters. Begging? This isn't begging. This isn't even trade. This game for this review. We didn't want to play this game, but they're paying customers and they paid us for a review. And they'll be happy to know that despite giving Konami the revenue for only 2 copies, in exchange for this review, Downpour has only sold about 500,000 units in the year since its release. Technically, that qualifies it for a greatest hits release, but when you compare that to Silent Hill's long-running rival Resident Evil, whose latest entry managed to quadruple that in 2 months, Downpour is not going to be winning any bestseller awards, or any other awards for that matter. Sorry, I know way too much. I've seen these videos way too many times. I'm going to stop quoting them now. Anyways. Alright, so this door here. Would you see that perfectly square shadow underneath there, by the way? And then... oh, look at the crispy movement. I've traveled the world to get that movement down. The fact that it was not unanimously considered to be a good idea speaks volumes about whether or not it was a good idea. It was a great idea. No. See? Jeez, that sound is weird as fuck. That's why you should go to Ichiran Ramen, Space Junked. It's specifically based around you not having to speak to anybody. All you do is you go to a vending machine, you make your selection, and you go sit down at a private ramen booth, and then they just serve you. And you eat in complete privacy. It's awesome. Yeah, it's in Osaka, but it's called Ichiran Ramen. It's a very famous chain. I think there's a couple locations there. I would love to go eat there someday, dude. That's like a fucking dream. Alright, so here's something interesting. I usually save, but there's a big save on the floor. The symbol's drawn on the floor. Hope I don't get cursed just by stepping on it. Hey, what's up, Junkyard? I know. It hurts, man. It hurts. Because this is my favorite Silent Hill game. I've always said that. But man, it hurts to play this shit. So check this out. For whatever reason, they let you jump out of the back of the train. You remember how in Silent Hill 2, they straight up forgot? Remember how in Silent Hill 2, they straight up forgot to record some dialogue? Yeah, they forgot to record any sounds for this whatsoever. Listen to this. There's just a little voice clip, but they forgot to put in like 90% of the sounds that are supposed to play there. There's an Ichiran in the subway station nearest to me. Nice. This town is full of monsters. How can you just sit there playing the HD collection? Very carefully. The owner might love horror more than Stamp. Impossible. Fraudulent, I say.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Good question, James. I would love some pizza right now, though. For real, I would fuck up a pizza. Give me some Papa John's with that garlic butter sauce. Oh, shit. Nope. Oh, you piece of shit. If I traveled anywhere, I would feel like I wasted time on my... oh, yeah, because you can't go everywhere. Yeah, I can't go everywhere and do everything. I can totally see that. You'd pretty much have to have the whole trip planned out, you know? I've decided... yeah, dude, I would destroy some pizza right now. I'm not gonna lie. Rat. The Rat King is here. Two-step, two-step. The Heather with the Texas two-step. Alright, so if you just hold forward here, you can usually, there you go, perfect. You can usually squeeze past him. So you don't have to fight that guy, because it's just a waste of ammo. I don't want to. I ain't got time for that shit. It's Bat, because Batman was here. Where's the proof? I'm gonna need definitive proof. This girl that I work with is actually going to Japan soon, and she's been talking nonstop about all the katsudon she's gonna eat. I don't know what exactly it is, but I know that katsu is pork, because tonkatsu ramen is pork ramen. So I'm assuming that katsu is pork. That old pattern's painted in here among the graffiti. It looks like it was just put up here too. But by whom? By whom? And why does my head... How do you even begin to visualize monsters for a particular character? Can't imagine the time taken and all the reworks. That's why Masahiro Ito is so praised, man, because he came up with so many unique ideas. Katsudon is crispy pork cutlet scrambled into some egg over... Okay, my mouth literally started watering. You guys gotta stop killing me right now. Gotta chill out. See, this part actually sounds okay, and she's not hitching when she runs. Wow, this part is not dog shit. The flashlight sound isn't right. That's a completely different sound effect. You guys want to know the truth? The absolute truth? The best I've ever felt. That makes my mouth water, not a big bowl of CTC. Am I not paying attention? What is CTC? Cocoa curry? Is that what you're talking about? Cocoa Thai curry? Or am I just saying stuff? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wow, I'm totally off. What the hell am I thinking? Oh, what's up, Wrong Panda? By the way, Panda, you asked me about the podcast episodes. Did you get a chance to check them out? This part I always get a little bit lost, but once we find the map, it's okay. Why are all these dudes clustered around here? Okay. So now we have the map, so this is easy. Whoa, okay. It just faded twice. Understood, game, understood. So check this out. You get them all, and then listen closely here. There's blood seeping out of the bottom of the locker. Is there something inside? I sort of want to take a look, but the locker door won't open. What's up, Rasta Man Stan? Long time no see. It's better that way. It's not as if there's anything good in there. Not yet, but I plan to. I'm going to give you an unvarnished review. I appreciate that, man. Be as honest as you possibly can about my podcast, because trust me, I know there's a lot of room for improvement. Doing the best I can. I really wish short message Konami continued the interact with item to read thoughts mechanic instead of the protagonist just talking constantly. Yeah. What was the thing you wanted us to hear? What you mean? How can I take Stamp's love of cereal? Listen, I'm more of a Fruity Pebbles man myself. Fruity Pebbles, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I legitimately cannot. I cannot even have Fruity Pebbles in the house, or I will demolish the entire box. It's a problem. So for my own good, I have to make sure that I don't ever have any on hand. That shit is way too addictive. Wine in a place like this? Well, I suppose it is dark and dry. Only one of the bottles is empty. Where you were going to tell us the tech to avoid the SOG? Yeah, it's to put way less milk than people typically do, and to just stir ever so slightly and just make sure you don't let it sit. That way you still get like half crisp and half sog, and then you have enough milk to drink at the end without feeling like you're gonna bloat or expand out like a fucking air balloon. That's you and sour candies. Yeah, there's certain candies that I like. Starburst. I really fucking love Starburst, so I can't have those in the house either. But yeah, I just don't ever buy it. If I don't buy it and I don't have it, can't fucking eat it. Nah, half a gallon milk, full box of cereal. That's some college stuff. I used to do shit like that in college, dude. When I would get bored on the weekend in college, I would do shit like that. I wouldn't even be that hungry. I'm just fucking bored. I'm just gonna put together a shit ton of food for no reason. So stupid, dude. But at the time, I just didn't really care. I used to have 2 coffee pots in college. One of them for coffee, and one of them that I only ever ran water through just to heat up water and make ramen with. That was the only function of the second coffee pot. Was just to get water hot to make ramen. That was it. This heater is actually in Silent Hill 4. It's in the orphanage in the Forest World. They just copied and pasted this whole thing to put it in there. ADHD munchies. All right. So we have a kerosene. Why is it echoing so loud in here? You guys want to know the absolute truth, though? The best I've ever felt is when I did 6 straight weeks of carnivore diet. Literally, it was Walmart grass-fed beef, 80-20, the fatty stuff. Grass-fed, Kerrygold butter over top of it, occasionally. Very occasionally some eggs, and then salt, water. That was it. When I did that for 6 weeks, oh my God, I felt so clear-headed. I felt like I was never going to need coffee again. That's how clear-headed and just energized I felt. I felt amazing. I know, Kendo, this conversation is, I'm fucking starving now. You guys are killing me. But I also love it. No, I fuck eating raw meat. I will never be a raw meat eater. I know that you can safely eat raw beef, but I just fucking hate the texture and I would never want to do that anyway. I just love cooked meat. But yeah, literally Walmart grass-fed beef, salt, water. That was the majority of the diet, and I felt fucking amazing on that. I stopped snoring. I was waking up. Before my alarm clock would go off, I would wake up, which never happens. Or not my alarm clock, but my fucking... That's how old I am, is that I actually used an alarm clock in the past, so I referred to it, but my phone. I woke up before my phone woke me up. Thanks to that thing, all the water's finally drained out of the hole. Looks like I'll be able to get down there now. Oh, sorry, got hiccups. If I can stand the smell, that is. There's actually a guy, if you guys don't know, there's a guy on Facebook right now. His account is called Raw Chicken Experiment. And he's eating raw chicken breast every single day until he gets something. Either until he gets very sick or he gets salmonella. And so far he's like 35 days in and he still hasn't got either. Yeah, he's eating raw chicken and drinking raw eggs with it. And there's already a bunch of conspiracy theorists in the comments like, oh my God, what if this whole time raw chicken was like a superfood and they've been hiding it from us? What if cooking chicken kills all the nutrients? Dude. And I'm just like, guys, please. Can we please not go down this road? Like, that's all I'm asking, is that we don't go down this road. Oh. Good thing is I'm not even using controller 2. I'm using a DualShock 2 connected to a Brook adapter, so I don't need to worry about the battery level. But I will go ahead and desync. This is my controller number 2. A DS3. Just go and turn that bitch off. Okay, by the way, you guys, why does the PS3 have like the best Bluetooth of all time? I have a Blu-ray. I have a PS3 that I use it strictly for watching movies. And the Blu-ray range is like ridiculous. I can go all the way across the fucking apartment and it still works. And the controllers are like that too. Like I could literally go into the fucking bathroom from here and still play the games. Like, none of the Bluetooth range on anything else I own is that good. Dude, the PS3 Blu-ray remote is the greatest fucking multimedia remote Sony has ever made. Period. End of story. I own 2 of them, and I'll probably buy... I have, like, a couple more in my fucking eBay watch list that are brand new untouched because they're so good. Look at that underneath the bridge. The muscle structure of red and white meat's different. Yeah, isn't there like a... What's it called? There's like something in red meat that prevents you from actually getting the bacteria even if you eat it raw. Like, as long as it's butchered properly, it's safe to eat even raw. That's why you can have such a rare steak. In college, I had an anthropology class, and we learned about the Kung or Kung tribe. They would talk about depression from not eating meat for a long time. They call it meat hunger. Yeah, there's also... I guess this is all the stuff that gets tossed out into the sewers. There's also something really interesting called rabbit starvation. And if you guys don't know what rabbit starvation is, it's when you eat only lean meat. Humans cannot survive only on lean meat. You need fatty meat. If you're not eating carbs, you need to be eating a high-fat diet because the fat is going to replace the carbs as far as your energy sources. I'm just wasting my time looking around here. I better get going. Even so, it really stinks. It's going straight from my nose to my head. Yeah, I love those remotes. See, it's gone. But yeah, rabbit starvation is a real thing. Yep, you cannot only eat lean meat. That's why even restaurants will recommend, or professional chefs will always say, just get a cheaper, fattier cut. It's not bad for you. That's a major myth as far as nutrition, is that fatty meats are bad for you. Fatty meats are incredibly good for you. You just have to make sure that you're not eating a bunch of fucking sugar and carbs and storing all the fat. I don't remember the name of the movie, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, saturated fat is bad, but fatty meat is really, really good for you. Yeah, like fatty meats are the most luxurious ones. Oh, that's later on, Space Junk. I think the patch actually did fix that part. But yeah, the later part is the laggy one. There's something written on the notebook. There's a monster in the water. The bastards killed 2 of my buddies. I should never have doubted that old urban legend about alligators in the sewers. That was no myth. But no one believes me. They were drunk and slipped. We're not that damn stupid. Even calling it a monster isn't quite right. This is something else. All I know is something's in there. I'm going in now to beat that thing's head in. If you find this note, consider it my will. Revenge is futile, or so you may think reading this, but Jose and Jaime were my best buddies. Wish I knew how to do the deed. Guns won't work underwater. Even my famous knife work won't do much. If only I had a hand grenade. Yeah, but the issue with it is processed carbs. Processed food in general removes like all the nutrients from it. Okay, I should head out and do stuff, but it was great to be here and get some company. I'm solo on this trip and it helps to fight the lonely. Hey, Space Junk, enjoy your time. And thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy your time here. We're happy to have you. Like I said, you're among good company because we're all Silent Hill obsessives around these parts. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll see you very soon. So enjoy the rest of your day and we'll talk to you here soon. Define processed. Anything that increases the shelf life of a product by putting artificial bullshit and preservatives into it. Like any food that has an unnaturally long shelf life is generally something you should be avoiding. If you can put that bitch into a warehouse and just let it sit on a shelf for like 13 fucking months, it's probably full of artificial bullshit that you shouldn't be eating. I said generally. It's not a hard and fast rule. You can dry age meat as well. You can dry age meat for several weeks and still eat it safely. Vegetables and the occasional fruit is all the carbs you need. Yeah. Fibrous carbs like broccoli, that type of shit. But there's some people out there who legit preach like 0 vegetables whatsoever. Fatty meat is the only thing. It's called the Lion Diet. There's a nutritionist out there named Dr. Ken Berry. I'm pretty sure he's from the South because he has like a really thick country accent. And he's always preaching the Lion Diet. He says fatty meat is all that humans should be eating. Fatty grass-fed meat with salt and water. That's what he says is all you should be eating. And he's apparently been doing it for several years and has like perfect blood work. Yeah, see, Space Junk left, but this is the laggy part that they did eventually fix. I just tend to avoid fruit altogether because I just don't like to eat sugar like that. The sugar makes me feel so fucking weird. Like, sugar just makes me feel awful. And, you know, you hear a lot of times people that do carnivore diet and people that do the vegan diet, they usually meet in the middle and they're like, yeah, I had the same benefits. Like, I'm clear-headed now. I sleep better. It's like, gee, what's the common denominator? Did we eliminate carbs from our diet? Mostly. Not all vegans do, but a lot of times vegans will eliminate that bullshit. And they mainly eat things like potatoes and that type of stuff. Or he could be like Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein, and all he eats is, he does eat a lot of pasta, but he eats organic pasta, a shit ton of protein bars, and protein powder, and then like pickles and potato stuff. Like, he's a vegan, but dude, that diet sounds like it would just be a gastric nightmare. So much fucking protein, like a ridiculous amount of protein bars and powders and all the time, dude. It's insane. Yeah, high protein, low carb is just generally the key to success with diets. Because the thing is, yeah, people are like, oh, you need glucose for brain function. Yeah, but ketones are actually better for brain function than even glucose. And where do you get ketones? Well, when you're in ketosis, from eating and ingesting very low carb and very low sugar. When you're in ketosis, your brain actually functions much better. 4th level has crumbled. For safety's sake, entry is forbidden. The reason why people get what's called the keto flu is because they've lived however many years of their life eating a standard diet, and their body's like, holy shit, what is all this change? God, this is terrible. Go back to eating what you were eating. Because we're, you know, creatures of habit. I only drink colloidal silver. That's, you know, that's more hardcore than anything I'd be willing to do. So shout outs. I actually can do carnivore diet pretty well. I'm not going to lie. Carnivore diet was it was the one diet that I actually really enjoyed. The only reason I just fucked up. Recently, I just got lazy and I was like, I'm going to cheat. And then the one time I cheated, I just haven't been able to get back to it. You know, I'm one of those people that if I cheat, I'm just going to stop the diet altogether. So I have to make sure that I string together like several months of not cheating before I even think about doing that shit. Oh, wait, is the silencer here? Yes, it is. So people think this is a reference to Metal Gear Solid 2. They've never really confirmed whether or not it is, but if you break this wall, you can get a pistol silencer in here. Ah, suppressor, yes. Well, it says silencer. Check and mate. But yes, the official title would be suppressor, you're right. Yes, processed meats, like especially hot dogs, are fucking horrible for you. Hot dogs are horrible for you, like sliced deli meats, unless they're some really expensive organic brand, are typically really bad for you. I thought they were classified as like a carcinogen too. Yeah, hot dogs are literally just the scrap meat off the bottom of the fucking machines. Unless you get like 100%. They do have like 100% beef hot dogs, like Hebrew National hot dogs are considered to be quote unquote healthy, or at least a healthier option than That is true, Salt. There's some stuff out there that's like the healthiest thing in the world, and it's still like mildly in the carcinogenic, range for the dumbest of reasons. There's a lot of just so people. Hey, what's up, Gavin? Yeah, a lot of people use that word as like a, oh my god, avoid it at all costs, but it's really not. It's not that scary. How you been, Gavin? Long time no talk, dude. I just plowed through a 24 pack of, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I fuck up some hot dogs every now and then. Cause look, I'm never gonna be in denial about it. I know hot dogs aren't good for me, but it's just a comfort food, In college, I ate hot dogs. There's something weird about the headless ones, like they can still see me or something. Ick. Its head is the only noteworthy thing about it. It's just a mannequin. Oh my god, bratwurst are so good, dude. I especially like the ones that have jalapeno inside of them. Yeah, man, I'm doing great. What's up, Dave? Hey, hey, speaking of which, you guys want to see the new emotes? I'll show you guys the new emotes. They're just drafted right now, but they're very, very good. I'm gonna show them, dude. You didn't have to call me a coward. God. What was the point of that, dude? So offended. Okay, so there's one. And here's the other. So pretty soon, Dave, you'll actually have one emote that covers what you just said with two. And that'll be this one. These are only drafts. They're not even finished yet. Yeah. Fucking Stamp A2 Mike. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with those. They're awesome. Everything gives you cancer. Joe Jackson, 80s new. Oh, speaking of 80s new wave, have you guys heard about? I know it's just an inanimate object, but I'm still a little nervous, afraid maybe. Here's a mannequin with no head or legs. Have you guys heard about that? Everyone knows that song that like it sounds super familiar to everybody, including me, but nobody can figure out where it comes from. We talked about this a few weeks ago. But Panda saying that just reminded me of it. Monica's dance studio. Oh shit. You guys are just gonna put the mic in front of everything now? Azure Kyler. Wow, that's I have not watched her stream in a while. I was watching her play Metal Gear Solid a few weeks ago. That was really fun. Trust me, Salt, there's a whole ass subreddit about it. It has made like national headlines in multiple countries, and people have scoured the entire fucking internet for it for years, literally since 2021, and nobody's been able to find it. So Shazam would not locate it for me. It is completely unidentifiable by Shazam. I'll play it really quick because nobody knows. That was an old Liquid Death can, thank God. It's called well, we don't know what the title is, but people are assuming that the title is either Everyone Knows That or Ulterior Motives. Trust me, there's a whole ass subreddit about this. No, it's not a Rickroll setup, I promise. Okay, here it is. So this is the original clip. This was uploaded in 2021 by someone named Carl92. And this is the song. Everybody says it sounds really familiar, but nobody has been able to find out who recorded it, who sang it, anything. The story is that this guy grew up in Spain, and he recorded this somewhere in the neighborhood of like 1999 or 2000. And he's trying to figure out where it came from. And that's it. Oh God. But yeah, that's it. That's the original 17-second clip that was uploaded. Yeah, and everybody, when they first hear it, including me, I was like, that does sound kind of familiar. Like, my dad always had 80s music like that playing when I was a kid. I kind of remember this. Yeah, it sounds like Wham or George Michael to me. It either sounds like Wham or George Michael or Savage Garden were the two artists that immediately are like, oh, it sounds like one of those. But yeah, to this day, it's been 3 years of people like I said, there's a subreddit, a very, very active subreddit of people trying to find it, and nobody's been able to find it yet. So it's probably going to be, who knows? Maybe Dr. Red is right, because one of the prevailing theories is that it's an AI generated song, because AI was able to make things like that in 2021. So yeah, one of the theories is that the guy is just trolling everybody and made an AI song. Oh dude, this brings up the whole Mandela effect. I saw a really good Spanish band over the weekend, Prison Affair. I've never heard of them, but link, if you can, link one of their songs in my Discord. I'll check them out. Yeah, we're getting into Mandela effect now. I gotta say, you guys, one thing that really kills me about the Mandela effect is that it hits me in the weirdest places. Like, have you ever looked for a clip of something on YouTube that you know you've seen before? And when you find the clip from the exact show that you were watching, it's like completely different than the sequence you remember, or you find a movie clip and it's completely different than what you remember. Like Cinemassacre, James Rolfe, he made a video about the Mandela effect. Everybody memed on it because he kept saying Mandela effect. But anyways, he talked about in the 1989 Batman movie, the Tim Burton one, he said he remembers vividly a scene where the Joker like throws a bunch of dollars around with his face on it. And he remembers a scene where somebody picks up one of the dollars and it shows a shot of the Joker's face on the dollar bill. But that scene doesn't exist. And he said he was like scouring YouTube for hours and hours being like, where is this scene? And apparently there's a deleted scene where something similar happens, but nothing quite like what he remembers. You know, that type of shit has happened to me before. It's like, dude, I know I'm not making this shit up. How is this not, like, where is this thing that I remember, you know? And funny enough, Rastaman, you're talking about Shazam. There's one of the biggest Mandela effects, like worldwide. This was actually the first Wang video I ever saw, by the way, Justin Wang. Is people seem to think that somewhere in the early 90s, the comedian Sinbad made a genie movie called Shazam. No, Shazam. They swear, vehemently they swear that the movie is called Shazam, and they even say that Kazam they thought was a ripoff of Shazam. I've even seen videos where they go into certain neighborhoods and they just ask everybody, hey, did Sinbad make a genie movie? And everybody's like, yeah, it's called Shazam. Like they just recall it instantly from memory. It's like, why do so many people misremember this shit? That's so weird. Yeah, and then Dr. Red, there's the whole thing about like Curious George not having a tail, even though he's a monkey that's like getting into fucking stupid situations all the time. Like, wouldn't you think he'd be swinging on things with his tail, but he's for some reason doesn't have one? Like, why would you even draw a cartoon monkey without a tail? That's so weird. I think this is the one. Yeah. We're almost home free, you guys. Literally to the apartment. Yeah, Fruit of the Loom not having a cornucopia as their logo. Dude, some people have gone absolutely insane over that one. Like they're claiming that the company is gaslighting them. And they're like, no, you did fucking have that logo, I swear. And apparently someone found an old shirt from like the late 80s, early 90s where it did have that logo, but people say it's fake. Some people said they faked it. Some people said it was real. But yeah, the company keeps telling people that they never had that logo, but everybody I know swears that they did. Yeah, I do too. By the way, for you guys that were growing up in the 80s and 90s, do you remember The Tonight Show with Johnny? Why can I not remember his name? Johnny Carson. You guys remember Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, how Ed McMahon was like his sidekick? What was the name of the company that Ed McMahon worked for, where he would like go around to give people a big check and like the balloons and everything? He would go to their door and say, you're a winner. If you guys remember. I might be dating myself here. Yeah, Publishers Clearinghouse. PCH, right? Well, it turns out he apparently never worked for PCH, ever. Even though millions upon millions upon millions of people remember him having worked for them, apparently he was never employed with them. I told my boss at work that, and he's not the oldest guy ever. He's like 51 or something, but I told one of my bosses at work that, and he went nuts. He's like, no, that's bullshit. He started Googling. I went into his office like 2 hours later, and he looked so stressed out. And he was like furiously Googling on his computer, like, this is insane. No, I know for a fact he worked. I'm like, dude, I get it. I was like, I totally get it. It blew his fucking mind. That old familiar pattern is on a piece of paper stuck to the vending machine. Who the hell put it here? It's not like that it's the latest fad or anything, right? Imagine if we watched To Catch a Predator and apparently it was never on Dateline. I know, dude. It's fucking weird. Why does shit like this even happen? But yeah, he looked so stressed when I went into his office. I was like, are you good, dude? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm in disbelief over here. Yeah, people think Panda, the biggest prevailing theories are it's either an AI generated song that never actually existed, or people think it's some kind of producer demo that the original uploader somehow got his hands on. It's like a producer demo that was originally gonna go to an artist like a Duran Duran or George Michael or Wham, you know, both of them. Hall & Oates, you know, like one of those sort of groups from the 80s. Like people think it was a producer cut that never actually got released. Those are pretty much the only, but even then it's like, how would someone just obtain that in the late 90s who lived in Spain of all places? It just doesn't make any sense how it's so lost, you know? But there's a lot of lost music out there. There's a lot of music that never makes it out of the studio. What the fuck? The game over sound again. That's awkward.
It's being invaded by the other world, by a world of someone's nightmarish delusions come to life.
Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy if after 4+ years? Wouldn't it be crazy after actually 3+ years of people trying to find that song, it all turned out that it was just a fucking AI generated song and everybody was wasting their time? That'd be crazy. Sorry. The mummy-like thing in the wheelchair is just a doll, or is it? Something about it makes me uneasy. Why, I wonder? If I fell asleep on the bathroom floor, I would shower for 3... Yeah, seriously, especially on this bathroom floor. Absolutely. I don't remember that, Panda. Oh, there's something here. Find the Holy One. Kill her? That's me. Who could have taken this photo? That's really creepy. I feel like I'm saving a million times tonight. Maybe it's because I'm just yapping too much. Dude, I'm gonna pay for all this talking later on in life. Because I talk all day at work in like meetings and stuff, and then I talk all night. Like, I'm gonna pay for this later on in life. There's gonna be some major repercussions. But for now, I'm just gonna keep yapping away. This is Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of Yosuke Hanamura from Persona 4.
Heather. That's what you're called now, isn't it?
And who are you?
The name's Vincent. Don't forget it, okay? I'm on your side.
So you say. But how do I know you're not with her?
Her? You mean Claudia?
The WoW signal was just a microwave running somewhere in the facility? Wow. I don't know how true that is, but it's pretty funny to think about. Yeah, that would be insane.
Well, I guess crazy old hag is a bit harsh. She was your mother after all.
My mother? What do you mean?
Oh god, it's so disgusting.
You don't remember. So Harry didn't tell you anything. I guess he hid the truth to keep you on his side. That figures. He is a pretty sneaky guy.
Don't talk about my dad like that!
No sound of her hitting the door.
Sorry. I apologize. Please, calm down.
How do you know my father anyway?
He's decent. Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal is a pretty good actor. He knows what he's doing.
Your past, too.
He just had bad direction here.
Tell me what's going on.
You don't even know that?
That's why I'm asking. If you know everything, then tell me how I can put an end to this.
Not yet. Why not enjoy yourself a bit longer?
Enjoy?
She sounds awful.
I feel like I'm going crazy. Doesn't this place get to you at all?
Oh, it gets to me all right. I find it most fascinating. Wait! I'm not finished talking.
I knew you were on her side.
How do you figure?
How do you figure?
There's something wrong with you, too.
I know, it's just sad, dude. It's so fucking sad. Why was that wait so loud? They jacked the volume to the ceiling, dude. Holy shit. I like how she says, I'm done with these shelves. The problem is, you're not Mary. These shelves, I'm done with you. Junior high school chemistry book here. When you pour diluted hydrogen peroxide onto manganese dioxide, oxygen is produced. Although oxygen will not burn on its own, it will help other things to burn. Sorry, you guys. I talked a lot today. My voice is kind of fucked. If only Regina can say the same on those shelves. Alright, we gotta get our asses out of town. Alright. Easy. So we're looking for the first floor, and we're gonna get a pork liver, which we are then going to burn on the, like, 5th floor, I think. And then once we finish this, we're out. Dude, Dino Crisis pissed me off so much, and it pissed Salt off a lot too. That was Salt's, you know what? That was his I've had enough moment. That was there. I've had enough moment, sorry. But Salt was fucking sick of Dino Crisis's bullshit. I gotta do this quick or I'm gonna get beat by this guy. Oh my god, what is he doing? Dude, he's so fast. Okay. Woo. I feel like he's way faster in this version. The fucking button hidden behind the cabinet. The beep beep boops that you're supposed to memorize. The one and only time there's anything hidden behind a cabinet whatsoever in the game, by the way. You're just supposed to know by default to do that. And then you have to keep writing individual people's writing people's DNA to that one card so you could get into different areas. Like, what the fuck were they thinking, dude? What kind of drugs were they on? Who came up with this shit? Is it worse to get beat up or beat down? I say it's worse to get beat off. Wait, what? No, that doesn't. I'm sorry. No. It's. Please strike that. Please strike that from the record, please, dude. I said strike it from the. You know what? I'll be right back. I have to go check the mail. I was gonna say, sorry, there was nothing in the mailbox. I was gonna say I would prefer to get beat off than either of those two things, but for some reason I thought it would be hilarious to say it would be worse to get, you know what? Let's just go back in time before I said that dumb shit. Whoop. Nope. Goodbye forever. Forever and a day. Oh god. I don't have... Actually, no, I think I do have everything I need for this. You watched Dune 2? Did you guys see... I was talking about this the other day. The whole thing about the Dune author claiming that Star Wars ripped him off. Here, since you're talking about it, I actually want to show this because I think it's really interesting. I want to show you this picture here. I think I either sent it to myself or like... I know I saved it in some way. The pacing was fine for the first half, and then once you got halfway through, it felt like they went, fuck, we don't know if we are going to be able to make a third one of these, and we got to get the climax in the next hour, and then they rushed through a whole bunch of shit really fast. All right, I'm gonna grab my phone really quick so I can show you guys this. But basically, the author of Dune alleges that George Lucas completely ripped him off with like everything that's in Star Wars, and there's 12 things in this picture, but there's way more in reality that got copied. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. Let me grab this picture because I know I saved it. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to send it to myself so I can show you guys. Okay. I'm back. Thank you, Dr. Red. Okay. So here is what it says. It says, Frank Herbert always thought Star Wars was a Dune ripoff. So look at this. Here's what he alleges. So, in Star Wars, we have Princess Leia in Dune. Keep in mind, Dune predated Star Wars in every way. Dune came out before Star Wars. Princess Leia, pronounced Aleia. Villain turns out to be hero's father. Villain turns out to be hero's grandfather. Star Wars, Tatooine, a desert planet. Arrakis, Dune, a desert planet. Sandcrawler, vehicle piloted by Jawas left over from a forgotten mining era long ago. In Dune, Sandcrawler, vehicle piloted by Arrakans used to mine for spice. Moisture farmers like Uncle Owen. Dew collectors used by Freeman to line concave planting depressions where they provide a small but reliable source of water. Spice mines of Kessel mentioned in passing. Spice is the most valued commodity in the universe, mined from Dune. Jedi Mind Trick, a Jedi ability which controls the actions of others. The Voice, Ben Gesserit ability which controls the actions of others. You see? And it keeps going. Jedi Bendu, the Jedi training technique which gives them excellent internal control as well as supernatural prowess in combat. Prana Bindu, the Bene, I don't know how you say that, Ben Gesserit training technique which gives them excellent internal control as well as supernatural prowess in combat. Vision of Obi-Wan appears to Luke on Hoth, which is while he's seemingly dying. Vision of Pardo Kynes appears to Liet Kynes in the desert while he's dying. The Trade Federation has a monopoly on shipping in space. The Spacing Guild has a monopoly on shipping and transportation in space. Luke practices his lightsaber technique against an automated training remote. Aleia practices her sword technique against an automated training dummy. Millennium Falcon barely escapes from the jaws of a giant, sightless space slug before it falls back into the asteroid. The Duke's Ornithopter barely escapes from the jaws of a giant, sightless sandworm before it falls back into the Doom. Ben Gesserit, or Sarit. Luke spies on the Sand People using electro binoculars. Paul spies on the Freeman using electric binoculars. Repulsors, small devices which counteract gravity, used in the land speeder, speeder bikes, pod racers, and Jabba's barge. Suspensors, small devices which counteract gravity. And then Jabba, 1983, is a worm/slug thing about 15 feet long with human-like facial features, arms, and hands, who sits atop a dice. Leto 2, God Emperor of Dune, 1981, is a worm/slug thing about 15 feet long with human-like facial features, arms, and hands, who sits atop a dice. So what do you guys think? Is it a ripoff? Sounds incredibly similar in a lot of ways. Even this name sounds like something out of Star Wars. Prana Bindu? Prana Bindu sounds like an incredibly Star Wars type name. Pardo Kynes, all of these names in Dune sound like Star Wars names. How many of these are there? Well, there's way more than this. This was just what they talked about in the video. I mean, obviously you could say just the Tatooine portion. At the very least, you could say the Tatooine portion of the original Star Wars is a copy. Well, George Lucas's problem is that he's never been told no. From the instant that motherfucker released the original Star Wars movies and they blew up, people have treated him like he can do no wrong and that he's the most just the most prodigal fucking savant that's ever existed in cinema. And because he's never been told no, and he's never been told that something was a bad idea, and everything he's ever done has been an incredible success as far as Star Wars, he thinks that everything he does is right, but in reality he makes more mistakes than probably anybody else having to do with Star Wars. I mean, yes, it is his right to do that because he's the fucking creator, so yeah, who are we to say he shouldn't do what he does? But my god, he makes so many horrible decisions. Yeah, every time it gets a re-release or a re-edit, it somehow gets considerably worse. You know who else is like that? Bam Margera. I know that's like a stretch, but Bam Margera is also another person who's literally never been told no. And has lived his whole life as if every decision he's made is correct. At least we got Grim. Oh yeah, Lucas, was it the Lucasfilm Game Company? I know that they had one in the 90s that actually put out some really good shit, including the Indiana Jones movie, or Indiana Jones games. What are these papers? What historical literature is Dune inspired by? I actually don't know. That's a good question, Wrongpinned. I'm sure it is, because look, guys, I'm not saying that Dune is 100% original. Everything comes from something, right? In terms of like creative entities, everything has to come from something. Every band you've ever listened to was inspired by a band, or at least some artist or musician in some way. Every movie you've ever watched was inspired by another movie that came out prior. Every animation you've ever watched, anything, any creative media, including Silent Hill, is very, very derivative of Stephen King and different things like that. So, anyways, the priestess accepted the king's request and went to the village gates, but when she saw the monster, she tried to convince it with words instead of killing it. "Shut up, you. I'm gonna eat you up." The monster didn't listen to a word the priestess said, but she kept trying to convince the monster to give up. It's wrong to eat people, you know. The monster grew very angry at this and attacked her, killing her with a single mighty blow. No beginning and no ending. I really didn't understand that story. It's probably just some pages torn out from the middle of a book. Oh yeah, Sam and Max is LucasArts too. That's a good point. Man, Sam and Max, that really takes me back. Holy shit, that was like the original episodic game that I remember growing up. And then Penny, you guys remember Penny Arcade as well? when they had those little games. Before Telltale Games came along and kind of modernized that whole format. What are some of the oldest like memes you guys remember on the internet? One of the oldest ones I remember is Trogdor / Strongbad. You guys remember Strongbad, Homestar Runner? Darude Sandstorm, yeah, that is old. Like, Trogdor was a meme song when fucking Guitar Hero 2 came out in 2006, and they put it in the game because it was a popular internet meme at the time. I mean, 06 is like ancient history in internet terms. YouTube was literally just a fucking headline. It wasn't even remotely mainstream yet. It was just a headline you would read about on, you know, CNN or MSNBC or whatever. Whatever mainstream news outlet you read. Oh my god, dude. Bullshit. And then I remember like all the insanely early YouTube ones, like fucking Charlie Bit My Finger. And then, yeah, it wasn't a meme, but the song Trogdor was a meme. But yeah, early internet content. It was like an early internet animation made by two brothers, I believe. And it had a bunch of different characters, and Strongbad was just one of the characters. Yeah, that guy runs faster, I swear he does. Okay, I really don't want to take this fucking hit here. Whew, okay, that was a little bit scary. From Tennessee, yeah. Red versus Blue is one of the... Yeah, Numa Numa and Red versus Blue are a couple of the earliest, like, the things I ever remember watching on the internet. This is the end of that crappy fairy tale I found. The king and his people shed tears at the death of the kind priestess. God took pity upon them and, granting their wishes, healed the priestess. The priestess opened her eyes just as she had done every morning of her life. She went once more to the monster's lair. Fool, you wish to die again? No. This time it's your turn. The priestess had come to defeat the monster once and for all. As the priestess was very, very kind, she felt sad about this task, but it had to be done. Swords and spears won't work. Arrows and bullets will just bounce off. You can't kill me, the monster laughed. But the priestess used neither sword nor spear. She chanted but a single spell. Tu fui ego eris. Do you know what happened then? The monster let out a huge cry and then died and vanished. Thus the villagers were able to use their gates once more. Everyone lavished their gratitude upon the priestess, and they all lived happily ever after.
Tu fui ego eris? Weird writing. What was that?
Yeah, Red vs. Blue, I just remember discovering it and sitting there for so fucking long watching every single episode until I was fully caught up. Because I was over at a friend's house and he showed it to me. And I thought it was just going to be, you know, bullshitty, like, you know, dudes just messing around, making crazy sounds. But then when I found out it had like, I was like, wait, this has like competent and genuinely funny writing. Like, what's going on here? There's a book on the ground. It's the first part of that fairy tale. Let me try rereading it in the right order this time. VG cats. Man, cats have always just been a universal thing on the internet. Once upon a time, there was a monster living at the gates of a village. It was a very scary and a very bad monster. It would catch people and crunch them up with its big teeth. The villagers were afraid of the monster and no one would dare approach the gates. Everyone was stuck inside the village. By the way, if you guys are wondering what the deal is with this whole fairy tale thing, it's a reference to the first game and how Harry Mason finds this very similar fairy tale about a monster terrorizing a village in the school. So it's a callback to the first game. When the king heard about this, he summoned his knights. The knights eagerly rode out to defeat the monster. Ha, take that. Their swords slashed and their spears flashed, but the monster wouldn't die. The monster tossed the knights into his mouth, one by one, horses and all. What was the king to do? He fretted and fussed and paced the floor, but could think of no solution. Soon after, the village priestess came to the castle. She was a very kind and good person. The king asked her to defeat the monster guarding the gates. This first part, I'm sure I've read this before somewhere, but I feel like that's the first time I've ever read that ending. Oh well, whatever. It's no time for me to worry about that. I just want to get home already. Yeah, exactly, Panda. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, whoa, there's just people on the internet and they just make their own shows. Like, I was always under the impression that it had to be something that was on TV. Like, whoa, this isn't on Comedy Central. Like, I can't find this on TV. I was just enamored with the idea that I could just play internet videos and just watch series that other people had made. Because I was like 10 years old at the time, so I had no clue about any of this stuff. And then whenever YouTube came out, it was pretty much over. Before that, I used to browse fucking AOL video. Herbert drew heavy inspiration from Leslie Blanche's Oh, fuck me. Sorry, dude. I was just trying to delete the first one because I couldn't read them both. Let me untime you out. Sorry, man. Can you go ahead and paste that back really quick? I was trying to just remove the first one because it filled the thread. I wasn't able to read it. Okay, Herbert drew heavy inspiration also from Leslie Blanche's The Sabres of Paradise, 1960, a narrative history recounting mid-19th century conflict in the Caucasus between rugged Caucasian Muslim tribes and the expansive Russian Empire. Another significant source of inspiration for Doom was Herbert's experiences with psilocybin and his hobby of cultivating mushrooms, according to mycologist Paul Stamets' account of meeting Herbert in the 1980s. Okay. But yeah, like everything is derivative, like I said. It doesn't mean that George Lucas didn't copy it, but I mean, that's a lot of similarities. Like, that's a lot of similarities. Native American mentors like Indian Henry, according to historian Daniel, these names, Emerwar, also regularly shared his writing with Herbert. White men are eating the earth. They're going to turn this whole planet into a wasteland, just like North Africa. The world could become a big dune, Herbert responded in agreement. He was influenced by the story of T.E. Lawrence and the messianic overtones in Lawrence's involvement in the Arab revolt in World War I. Oh, okay. You know, I've never actually watched or read Dune. I want to, though. I want to see the 80s version. This is disgusting. They have Harry Mason's face on the screen, even though it's supposed to be obscured.
Dad, I'm home. Listen, something really crazy's going on. I think we should... Dad?
That's 100% true, Rasta. Absolutely, they were. You go back and watch some of the really old Japanese samurai movies and you see like very similar shots in like the spaghetti westerns. Oh my god, you can see his eyes and everything, dude. You're not supposed to see that. What are they doing? The song is called Dance with Night Wind. Beautiful song. And of course it's lagging horribly as this fucking cutscene is playing. The incompetency that happened here. But don't blame Tom Hewlett. The truth came out. It actually wasn't his fault. I don't blame Tom Hewlett anymore. It's a funny meme and all that, but it really was Konami and the team at large. Hey, no problem, Salt. By the way, Salt, I saw... fuck, what was I gonna say, dude? I completely just blanked. What the fuck?
Did you do this?
You're late.
But why?
I'll DM it to you on Discord if I remember. Holy shit, I'm dumb. some shoes on, you savage.
And then he took you away from us.
Nobody wants to see your fucking hobbit feet.
I'll kill you, you bitch!
There is another reason. To fill your heart with hatred. It must be this way. One day you'll understand why.
No, I'll never understand!
Ew, that was so badly delivered.
Remember me and your true self as well. You will
A
both
hobbit.
become
Yeah, nobody wants to see your fucking hobbit feet, Claudia. Get out of here. Put some damn shoes on. At least get some slides, God. Have you no shame? Hey, no problem, Salt. Get some rest. We'll talk to you later.
I merely gave the order. So,
No sound
will you do?
coming from this guy at all. Whoa, why is it so blurry and pixelated?
I'll be waiting where all begins.
Yeah, it's all the director, and it was Mary Elizabeth McGlynn.
Town of
Ironically enough, the singer on the soundtrack who actually did a great job. Okay. Whoa, what's up with his arms? That's so fucked up. Alright. What the hell is going on here? There's like a weird sound when she racks the shotgun as well. Okay. Now we can loop him. Oh my god, it's so fucking laggy. Alright, so we get one stomp in, back up. God, okay, this is good. Good setup here. Oh my god, I timed that perfectly. Why didn't it work? Okay. Controller tried to fuck me right there. Oh, that timing was perfect. Ooh. What is up with his arms, though? Oh, God. Oh, he's gonna go for the side swipe here. Nope. What a dumbass. Well, the music stopped. That was abrupt. It's like, shh. Shut it down. Look how laggy, dude. It's a slideshow.
Then don't say anything. I'm fine, so just get out of here and leave me alone already!
Oh my god.
Calm down. I just...
Calm down? How am I supposed to do that? My father is dead. He's murdered.
You can still hear the reverb on their voices too.
Get out! This is all your fault. If it weren't for you,
I'm sorry.
then go!
If it'll make you feel better, I will.
What is a tonfa? Sounds like an unmasked predator. Oh, you mean like from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Man, Arnold, it's gonna be a sad day when he goes. He is such a major part of my childhood.
Okay like this?
I used to obsess over like all of his movies.
What else can I do? There's no one here to give him a decent burial.
Yeah, Predator, Terminator 1 and 2, fucking True Lies, Total Recall.
Sorry.
Man, he was in so many good movies.
What'll you do now?
Jingle All the Way. Fuck yeah, dude. With Turbo Man, let's
I'm
go.
going to Silent Hill.
Look at that
What's it?
piece of hair just floating above her head, by the way.
I don't know.
You see it? It's literally floating above her head.
You think it's safe?
Of course it isn't. I don't know what kind of hell is waiting for me there, but I've got no other choice.
God, that S sound she makes is so piercing.
God or paradise. If that's what she believes, then fine. But she won't get away with what she did.
God, that actually made me cringe a little bit. That was so bad.
When I find her, I'll kill her myself.
Does she have sweat wristbands? I never understood sweat wrist. Yeah.
Revenge doesn't solve anything.
Maybe not, but that's what I'm gonna do.
How you gonna get there?
None of your business.
I'll give you a ride.
The song is Never Forgive Me, Never Forget Me.
I don't need your help.
Yeah, but it's too far to walk. Besides, I'm partly responsible for this. Look, I'll bring the car around back. Come out when you finish saying goodbye.
You know, you might die too.
That's fine. Nobody's gonna cry over my grave anyway.
Listen, let's hear if the song restarts. It's gonna do a hard. They did a hard reset. Oh my god. Why did they didn't just loop it? Oh my god. They put a fucking MP3 player and they opened up Winamp and they fucking just recorded it. The hard snapback loop to the beginning of the song. How incompetent could you possibly be, dude? God. So lazy. Fuck me. I'll find that woman and make her pay. I promise I will. I wonder if my dad would be mad at me for thinking that way. Winamp, yeah, dude. It really whips the llama's ass. That was my first music player app that I ever had on PC. I remember listening to fucking Ozzy Osbourne on that shit. Dad, why'd you have to die? You told me you were the strongest man in the world. Liar. By the way, love this little bit of continuity here. She has no mirror in her bathroom. Remember, she said she hates them. Why would she have one in her bathroom? And she has her mirror over here covered. It's got a cover that's closed on it. I don't remember exactly when, but I think I got this doll at a garage sale. I still like it, but there's nothing I can do with it right now. I'm exhausted, but I don't think I can sleep now. Besides, Douglas should be waiting for me outside. Morning always comes. It's corny, but it's true. But if your eyes are closed, it always feels like night. That's the hero's line from this movie. I always liked that line, but now it just seems stupid. Oh, he did, dude. He literally... He pwned the order for her. So how dare she say that? He committed total pwnage to the order. To shut them down on Twitter. There's nothing to do in the kitchen. I'm not hungry at all. Who could eat something in a situation like this? Damn, just shut me down, why don't you? Eddie? I mean, where's the lie, dude? Where's the lie? Eddie? I got on my PS4 and Dr. Crazy mad I didn't get on sooner. That dude lives for PS4 parties and TikTok. That's every fiber of his being. All he wants to do is be on TikTok and PS4 parties. Is that time accurate? No, it's 11:13. Oh, I was gonna say it was accurate, but I hadn't saved in a while. All right, guys. So I do apologize for the shorter stream tonight, but we're going to pick this back up tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow and we'll finish the game because on Wednesday we have the podcast. But I'm going to pick this back up tomorrow. We're going to finish this. Yeah. So hope everybody enjoyed. I'm very, very excited to get these new emotes ready whenever they finish. But I'm going to give Gummy... she told me they would probably take about 2 weeks. So I'm obviously not trying to rush her. But yeah, outside of that, I'm just really happy to be back. For some reason, it felt like it was a really long time. I don't know why, even though it was only 2 days. But really appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. We had a lot of people in here tonight. So, it means a lot. I'm really glad you guys appreciate and enjoy the stream. So I am going to send you all over to Mr. Enigma. One of my favorite people to raid. I raid him all the time. You guys already know who he is. He's an awesome streamer. He uses the same mic as me. So, I gotta show him some love. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and disappear into a puff of Silent Hill fog in 3, 2, 1. Whoa, I pressed it twice.